Kenya's capital, Nairobi, has been described as the Silicon Valley in the east and central region of Africa, with its advancement in mobile technology and internet accessibility. This has in part largely contributed to the growth of the economy. However, every fast-growing economy comes with its own fair share of challenges that end up affecting the common mwananchi. These challenges have deeply affected some of the most crucial services that are a right to every Kenyan citizen. The Action for Transparency project, which aims to contribute to a strengthened democratic accountability and transparency in Kenya, is among the programs in the country that have largely contributed in filling the gaps affected by corruption in the country. The program is in partnership with Transparency International Kenya and the Foyo Institute and is supported by the Swedish Institute, the Embassy of Sweden, and Uraia in a bid to uncover suspected corruption and misappropriation of public funds. With the health and education sectors among the most significant areas for the government to deliver, corruption has ailed the better part of the delivery system in Kenya, making it impossible for a majority to access even basic of the services. However, since the inception of the Action for Transparency program in Kenya, that was first implemented in Embakasi sub-county as a pilot project and was later expanded in Nairobi County, stakeholders in both health and education sectors in Nairobi City County can attest to the difference made in public health centers as well as public schools. Transparency International Executive Director could not have emphasized more on how the A4T project has impacted the two crucial sectors.
The Action for Transparency project has positively influenced TEA Kenya programming by incorporating a unique use of media and technology in anti-corruption advocacy work. Many of our TEA Kenya projects, and I'm proud to say this, have components on media engagements and apply the use of technology and innovation.
Numerous reported cases of misuse of public funds and dilapidated public utilities, both in the sense of public health centers and public primary schools, as a result of mismanagement and misuse and theft of public funds. And I think over the years we've continued to witness great milestones as a result of this project, as a result of the interventions by the Action for Transparency project.
We spoke to some of the persons who have been at the forefront in the fight against graft here in Nairobi, particularly in public health centers as well as public schools. For them, the A4T program could not have come at a better time. Jacqueline Wangari has been an advocate working with the Action for Transparency program at Kamukunji Ward, Embakasi West in the Nairobi capital. And according to the paralegal who has been involved in the program for the last 5 years, the A4T training came as a result of concern in the number of children who do not have access to education. According to Wangari, corruption has adversely ailed both the education and health sector.
Hiyo training ya A4T ilinifanya kidogo nikakuwa na shida kwa sababu wakati ile shule nilikuwa sitaki kusema nilikuwa signatory, one of the signatories. Wakati sasa nilikuja ile education nilipata ama ile maarifa nilipata kutoka kule, nilipo apply kwa shule, my friend, wakati tulienda mara ya pili wanirusha nje sababu aliona mimi sitaki wakule na wanataka kukula.
The script is no different for Ismail Siyama, also an advocate who has worked with A4T since its inception. Despite the shortcomings influenced by corruption in Nairobi, the A4T project has brought about more benefits at the community level, with the majority of Kenyans who living in one of the largest slums in Africa, Kibera, now able to report on any case of corruption via the application on their smartphones.
In the education sector, we have a lot of people who have the A4T app with them. In the health sector as well, we have, because like in Kibra here, we have a government health facilities, not just one, not two, I think about 3 of them. And the main one is at the DCs. Okay, the DC compound there is a place that has a lot of activities going on, including health and education. So when you're there, when I visit the dispensaries once in a while, I'd share with people.
Realize that we've been able to create a lot of awareness to members for them to know their rights and how best they can be able to participate in budgeting processes and be able to help in tracking the expenditure for the money. In terms of schools, you realize that many past years you could see money has been allocated to schools, but no person is able to follow up. But after training the board members and the facility committee members, we are able now to follow it up and know how much has been allocated for this particular year.
One of the community members, Bradley Ouna, also a human rights activist working with the Action for Transparency project, speaks of the challenges he has had to go through in the fight against corruption while fighting for the rights of his community members.
Embakasi West, the year 2014-2015, Embakasi West National Government CDF, they've received more than 100 million, but there was nothing to show on the ground. Now, because these things requires a lot of expertise and in issues to do with the auditing and all that, I also raised the issues Transparency International to do one of their staff, Mr. Komu. They brought people on the ground. So I began auditing. We were doing social audit on the CDF disbursement of fund.
Other stakeholders involved are Board of Management teachers who have previously complained of the lack of involvement in the school budgets, while funds from the government to schools are not properly accounted for. Lillian, who is the BOM Vice Chair at Kinyanjui Primary School here in Nairobi, says the A4T project has assisted in the auditing of funds, which has been an added advantage for the school in receiving enough reading material. Kinyanjui Primary School is just one among other schools which have directly benefited from the Action for Transparency program. The BOM teachers, however, insist that more funds would be a plus in ensuring a majority are trained, still in a bid to fight corruption in public schools. But so far, so good.
Most of our schools also, you find that the head teacher will always alert the Board of Management, telling them that this is the money that we have received. And since some of us are signatories to the accounts, we can always verify that with what she normally tells us. So there's a lot of transparency in the schools.
At the county level, Dr. Gregory Ayanga, who is in charge of county health services in Nairobi, advocates for more A4T trainings at the public health facilities, as he notes the positive effects they have had on financial plans in various facilities in the Nairobi metropolitan area.
So basically there's been meetings, engagement meetings with stakeholders. We have also had, meetings with the stakeholders and more so in the public participation, whereby we have organized and the TI has come in handy, really to stress the point that we should be able to manage finances, especially finances, prudently, so that we are not involved in corrupt practices.
One of the partners, Uraia Trust, have partnered with the project in enhancing use of ICT tools to report on corruption in the health sector within 12 counties.
One of the successful ones was that we were able to petition the county government to employ staff to improve health service delivery. A total of 75 nurses were deployed in the 7 sub-counties of Kisumu as a result of that.
Among other community projects that the A4T program has impacted at the community level is through public forums such as the Integrity Walks and roadshows. Among the key areas that have been well impacted by the A4T project in the country is the mentorship program, which is meant to expand the capacity of journalists through various trainings on investigative journalism and the provision of grants that assist in the execution of the stories. One of the mentors, Wellington Nyongesa, says investigative journalism has immensely played a huge role in the fight against corruption. And even at a time when the world over is grappling with the COVID-19 pandemic, there are people who have well taken advantage of the taxpayers' monies.
The nature of journalism itself, it has very few institutions that can fund news gathering, investigative journalism, and all the other work that we do. I think that it is very good that Transparency International keeps this spirit up, because counting in Kenya the number of media houses that can fund good journalism, you find very few organizations that can do that.
We really need to support good journalism and capacity building of investigative journalism in Africa today, not just in Kenya but also regionally. I think that the Mentors and Grant program has been extremely important in order to fight corruption in Kenya.
According to Tebi Otieno, a journalist with the Insider magazine, irregularities in the procurement processes in the education sector could not go unnoticed, which inspired her desire to investigate. And though there are challenges while reporting on corruption, Action for Transparency has helped achieve transparency in both the health and education sectors, with some of those held culpable brought to book.
My story revealed how much burden parents still bear to pay for illegal fees in these public schools. And then the second grant, I also applied and it went successful. I did the investigation on irregularities in acquiring school uniforms. In that public schools, the school heads have specific uniform outlets that they direct parents to go and buy there, and this is very costly for them.
While we are pursuing stories, we get threats, we get people following us in town. The other thing is we get offers, counter offers, like I am working on a story and you are told, just drop this story, we will give you this amount of money. It is really tempting because it's not small money, but then again, your integrity.
Action for Transparency is a program that has greatly contributed in the fight against corruption in the country. Each and every stakeholder involved wishing that for the sake of transparency in the country, the program would be expanded not only beyond the Nairobi metropolitan area, but also beyond the health and education sectors. Their wish is that the slogan Karada Commercial Fisadi will be more than just that, and a theme for every household.